It's springtime, you know what that means. Flowers, new beginnings, and you got it, LifePlanner launch. We have new themes, new covers, new accessories, and of course, new layouts. Let's take a deep dive into all of these, especially the Legacy daily layout this year. Okay, there is so much to talk about for this launch, but I know no one has time for hour-long videos these days, so let's get started. First of all, you can see I have 3 planners here. These are not 3 different types of planners, and this is part of what's called the daily duo, because normally people would buy 2 together to be a full year. They are each 6 months. So all of these are essentially the same, just different months. So I'll go through one of them, and then we'll look at the one thing that I did want to show you all with all of them together is the tabs here. So these are a little bit different, because Erin Condren updated their colors this year. So here you can see that July used to be blue, August yellow, September purple, October orange, and now we have July's yellow, August, September, October. So I'll give you a quick look here. You can see what all of these colors are, and then as we go through the new planners, you can kind of compare them. And I'll do another video on my Instagram that goes more into detail if you want to see kind of what the individuals are. And this year I use the hourly, so that's why I'm showing you the big one, but the colors are always the same across planners. The last time I used the daily duo was in 2024. So one of the things that I first noticed is that it used to say the year here, and now it just says year. And I don't know if that's for everyone or if that's just for those of us who got the like the review packets, but that might be a change. So another thing is, if you aren't familiar with Erin Condren, you do always get a ruler, a stencil ruler like this every year. It used to just be a little ruler, but now it's a stencil. You can use it as a bookmark, stencil, ruler, straight edge, this part, bookmark, whatever you would like. But that's kind of fun that they have those so that you can be creative. Then we have this cover. So this cover you will see is the main colorful theme called Legacy for Erin Condren this year. So every year for LifePlanner launch, Erin Condren comes out with a colorful theme, a floral theme, which is called Toile this year, and a more neutral theme. So here you can see the colorful. We're going to go, I'll show you all this accessory with the colorful. So it's a legacy theme. So this is a legacy planner. As you all know, I usually don't really do floral. I usually do either neutral or colorful. Sometimes I'll do neutral on the inside, but I almost always go with colorful on the front because I just love it. I love how there's the metallic here. You can also personalize this. I didn't personalize this one, I guess. I know I tried to personalize some other covers, but they didn't come with it, but that's okay. And then we have the inside is the dashboard layout like always. We have the vellum paper here that just makes it look nicer. And then voila! Look how beautiful. I really like this colorful theme. I like that it's highlighting Erin Condren's colors and that it's colorful but straightforward. So you have here, you can see this would start, if you order that academic year, it'll start in July. You can also just order with the January start. So this is pretty much the same. The only thing that really changed, I'll show you all in those planners, the main change is once we get to the monthly pages and weekly pages here. So you have these 6 boxes that are for you to be able to plan out whatever you want. A lot of people, as you can see, it correlates to how many months you have. So if you get a 12-month planner, like the horizontal or the vertical or the hourly, then you would have 12 of these. But in the daily duo, then you get 6. So you can use them for months or you can use them for other things. I usually actually do use them for other things. I put ideas for different things. So maybe like house upgrades or places I want to visit or restaurants I really liked or whatever. That's more how I use these than monthly. You have the layout here of the month coming or the months coming up. So I usually use dot markers or stickers to mark important dates, like for school for my kids, and then you can write them here. They also include holidays that aren't automatically printed in the planner so that you can add those on your pages if you would like. So I usually go through and do that at the beginning when I first get my new planner. And then here's the full next year. And now we can see the new colors. So again, July used to be blue, but now we have this bright bold yellow, and I really like the full page like this. I really like how this looks. I'm wondering how after I'm done with this planner, how I can use these over again because it looks really nice and has a quote on all of the pages. Then we have the monthly layout. So again, this is pretty similar to what they had before. So we have the open boxes, the pages here. I think that the side used to not be shaded. Let's see. Yeah, so for this year's themes, again, this is the hourly, but the monthly page would be the same. This was just open and didn't even say notes or anything. So that is a little bit of a change. And previously it did say notes, but in 2024 it was blank. So now we have this colorful notes section. But I really like this. It's really open. And then July. So this is the monthly dashboard page. This is where you can plan whatever you want for the upcoming month. And then you have a lined page here. I usually use this for kind of like bills that I have to pay, things, birthdays that are coming up, things that I have to do, stuff like that. And then here I usually use this page for any events that I have to plan. So if it's a trip that I have to pack for, or one of my kids' birthday parties, or Super Bowl or something like that, I'm usually putting everything here. Like, who do I need to invite? What do I need to order? Decorations, those sorts of things. Then we turn and we start getting into the daily pages. So this is really the daily layout. This is where you want to assess if this is the right planner for you. I love, as you can see, I kind of go back and forth between daily and hourly because it's basically the same idea. They have the hours from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. with an extra line there. If you have any afternoon plans, like even if I have something at 9 p.m., I'll put it here. I kind of like that there's no hour in the last part. Some people put meal planning or whatever here. But this hourly idea is really what I need in a planner because I have meetings, I have to pick up my kids at certain times. Even if I have tasks, I just like to time block them, put them in there and hold off hours. So even if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of plans necessarily at specific times, if you just wanted to make the most of your day and make sure that you're using your time wisely, either this daily duo or the hourly is a great option for you. Now, how do you decide if you want the hourly or this sort of option? I would say it depends on if you are more of a daily task person or if you kind of have a weekly just task that you have to do that week. So if you're like, I have to make an appointment, I have to pay bills, I have to take the dog to the vet, whatever, and it's kind of over the time, then that I would use the other one. But if I were using something for work where I had to do things that day, then I like this one. So that's how I would decide of which one to do, because the difference is with the hourly, you just have a side to do, and here you have so many to-dos every day, lots of notes sections here. So that's how I would decide what you want to do. Also, this size is the same as past years. So you can see here that there's still 1/2 inches or 1/4 inches with the dotted lines. So those are the same. These are the same. So if you have stickers from before, they will be the same. They will still work. Yay! Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then you have a lined page. And then here is what we have that is new. So this page is the dashboard, the weekly dashboard page. So we have on this side a summary of the week that's coming up. So you'll see that if you look at the dates, these aren't it's not afterwards, it's the week that's coming up. So the 6th would be what's next. So this is a great opportunity to be able to plan what we want to do in the next week. Do we have something coming up? Do we want to make plans? Do we have appointments? What's going on? You can plan those things here. And then here you have a dashboard page. So this is really inspired, I think, from the dashboard layout of the new planner that came out last year. But here you can write what your priorities are for the week, habits that you want to track, to-dos, notes. So this kind of is a good balance between if you were leaning toward the hourly or a different weekly planner because you liked the weekly to-dos, well, now you have a page that you can have those and still have your daily to-dos. So if you have all the things to do, which a lot of us do, especially if we have kids, then you can put that in there. And then notes. So this is the big change. Voila! Let me know in the comments if you like it, if you think you'll use it, if you think it's unnecessary, let me know. But I'm really curious to see how this goes for me this year. And then you would turn and it would be the same thing. You would have the same layout, go through a week, have that extra page, and then ta-da, that weekly page again. So that's the same. Then we have August, the August page, September page. So you can see the colors of all of these things coordinate with the colors of the month. So October, which I think is interesting that they did 3 blues in a row. Maybe they're going for, looks like they're going for quarterly themes because all of them are kind of like that. October, November, December. So again, you can see the colors. And then you get to the end. Yay! Christmas. You get to New Year's Eve. Then you have a couple of pages of notes. Again, this is where bookmarks are great for me because sometimes I have these random notes pages that I forget about or I don't get to. So if I put a bookmark there, I'll remember, oh, I have a notes page there. Erin Condren info, and then the Life Planners by Erin Condren always come with stickers at the back. So you can see here that they coordinate with the colors of the Life Planner, so you can use them to put on the months that match, or you can mix them up and just use them wherever you want. So we have those, some more stickers that kind of mark off your plans, and then you have a pocket at the back, which is great. I always put things like business cards for upcoming appointments or for people I need to contact or bills I need to pay or anything like that. Photos sometimes I put in the back. So we have that, and then the back matches the front cover, and there we go. And so that is the same thing. So that's the first one, but it's the same thing for all of the planners. So here you can see January. Again, we see the colors kind of coordinating for the covers, for the quarters. February, March. So these are all pinkish. And then when we get to April, we have kind of like an orangey theme here. May, June, and then we switch back to what we had before. So July, August, September, these are all the same, just in a different spot so that they coordinate with the last one. So yeah, those are those. So January, February, March, pink. April, May is interesting because those are kind of together, kind of an orangey, peachy color. June, July is yellow. August, September, October is blue. November, December is green. So I guess it's like quarterly and then 2 and then quarterly and then 2. So I don't know how they decided that, but let me know what you think about that and any other questions that you have about the daily life planners. So that is what we have for the daily life planners. Again, with Erin Condren, you can always customize your cover. So we'll talk about that. You can customize the coil. So I like to choose rose gold because I feel like it kind of is a nice mix between your other options, which are gold or platinum, a silver planner coil. And then you can put whatever covers you want, and I feel like it kind of just matches with both. But if you really like to have the gold on here and then match with the gold, which I honestly do love when I do that, then you might want to go with the gold coil. So whatever you like, those are your options. Now let's dive into some of the accessories. So I did just talk about how you can change your planner covers. Well, here are 2 of our options that are coming out with this launch. This floral option, which honestly, I said at the beginning of this video, I'm not usually a floral person, but I do like a lot of the details that Erin Condren has this year with floral. And this one actually, my daughter said is her favorite of the 3 cover options that I got. So if you like flowers, you can consider this one. And again, what I had said earlier is I had asked for personalization, but it didn't come with it. I think with the affiliates, they just maybe didn't have time to get it for everyone. So there's that one. And then this one also, which I really love. So, and this one you can get a monogram on it. And so I would want it to be, but you could also get the year. So those are your 2 options. So I really like these. I like the different styles. These are kind of probably, you would think maybe for 3 different types of people, which I could see that, but I also like all of them. So let me know what your favorite one is, or if you're planning on getting another cover. There are a lot of options that we have for this year. Also, when you get a life planner, you saw me show this earlier, you get this little packet with it. And in the packet, you get this coupon in the back that has a 20% off code. And I'll probably give that to someone, so I'm not going to show you the code. You get these little cards that you can write for people. And then this black pen. So that is a dual tip marker from Erin Condren. This is like what they're most famous for of their writing utensils, and it's great. I really like writing with these, and they're good quality, and they don't bleed through the Erin Condren paper because the paper is such good quality. I believe it's 80-pound paper. So when you use markers and things like that, they don't go through. That is one of the reasons I'm always using an Erin Condren planner. And last but not least, let's dive into this washi tape fan. So when I got a chance to order an accessory, this is the one that I chose because this has been out for a little bit, but I've never gotten it. So let's look at what it's like. So this again is the Legacy theme because it's this colorful theme, but they have it in another theme also. And it is connected here. So you can just fan out and choose which style you want to have. So these colors, as you can see, coordinate really well. They match the colors of Erin Condren, what we have going on this year for the colorful theme. So I would probably, for January, I would probably use this, especially since this looks very New Year. February, I would use this one, and so on and so forth. You can have 3 different colors. You can mix them up if you want. I just like coordinating. And when you have these, they all have, you probably can't tell directly yet, but they have stickers. They're stickers like this. So you can put it here, and make a little note. And this one is, they're a little bit big for the daily planner, but they would fit perfectly in the hourly. You would be able to see here that these would fit really well. And these weekly, so you can see there, boop, that it fits great. So that is, I'm gonna put this back because I wanna use it in my new planners. Well, I might use it in this one. We'll see if I'm finishing up this one, but I'll probably use it in the new planner. The other thing is that every other page actually is a long strip. So these are the long strips, not the short strips, not the little short ones for the days, individual days. These long strips are really good for putting at the top or the bottom of your planner is usually what people do. That's usually what I do. Or you can cut them. You could put them if I was going on a trip from February 25th to 27th, and then you can cut it there and use it to mark off that that's your trip. So these ones are actually the ones that I'm more excited for, even in this washi fan, because I love being able to have the long washi strips to decorate my planner, to block out trips, all of the things. So you can see here that this is actually like a medium-sized washi. This is a medium-sized washi. And in the middle, you have a thinner one. So I would normally use these thicker ones for borders, and then this thinner one to mark off dates. So here we have all of the things that we reviewed today. If you have any questions, let me know. We have the life planners, the covers, the legacy theme, the giveaway, and one of the accessories. There are a lot of accessories, 18-month planners, folios, all the things. So have fun. I hope you have the best life planner launch, and I can't wait to see what you get. Now you have all of the inside details in this year's Erin Condren Life Planner launch. You know what to do now. Like this video, comment below all of your thoughts on the launch, and subscribe to this channel to be part of the community that's making planning fun.